All right, we're recording. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining. It is August 20th. This is our Push to Emerald call. We do this twice a month, and typically we have different speakers from our team or our upline who do this. And it's just a great call, even if you already are an Emerald, as a refresher to learn more about how to explain it to your future team members, or if you're new to this business and you have no idea what Emerald is, it's a great call to join. And if you've been on this call before and you just want a refresher, awesome time to join. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to keep you guys here so I can kind of see you. Okay, so I'm going to assume some of you may be completely new and have no idea what Emerald is. So when you join as a coach, everyone has the incredible title as coach. And in our business, Emerald is one of the first ranks that we really encourage you to strive for, because I'm going to tell you what it is and why it's important and how you can get to it. But it's something that opens up so many opportunities, so many, I would say, income opportunities as well. And it also gives you, I think, the confidence and credibility to keep pushing your business forward. So it's such a very, I won't say easy, but just such a simple thing to get to. And I think oftentimes, especially as a new coach, we hear a term, we hear a rank, we overcomplicate it. But tonight, I hope that you can get from this call that it is something that's very simple to get to, and this is why it's important. So what Emerald is you, when you sign up, you're a coach, but once you become an Emerald, that means you have a coach on your left leg and a coach on your right leg. And if you aren't familiar with Beachbody's genealogy, we consider a Christmas tree layout as far as adding coaches to your team and to your organization. So there, if you haven't gone into your coach office or worked with your coach or listened to a training call on genealogy, ask your coach away. We can explain it. But basically, when you start building coaches, whether they're discount coaches or coaches that want to jump in and run with you, you will be placing them on your right outside leg and your left outside leg. And so to get to Emerald, all it means is you have a coach on one side on the right and one side on the left. The really cool part about this, and I think sometimes this is something we don't realize, is it doesn't matter what type of coach it is. So for example, when I joined Brooke, because Brooke is my upline coach, I was forever a discount coach, was never going to be anything more. I told her that too. And I was still, had she been in the early stages, I would have still helped her qualify as an Emerald on one leg if she had another coach on the other leg. It doesn't matter what type of coach. It's just that you have two active coaches. And so active in the Beachbody world and in coaching means that you have 50 personal volume points to stay active. So any of you that are just a coach right now, in order to claim your coach title and be active, all you have to do is have 50 personal volume points. And so 50 points, just to give you a frame of reference, if you're getting Shakeology or the Performance Bundle staff regularly, that's 90 personal volume points. So that fulfills that requirement. But 50 personal volume points could be something like Energize and a Boost, or it could be, something maybe that's less than Shakeology, but just 50 personal volume points is all you need for a coach to be active. So as a coach yourself, you just need two coaches under you that are active. And so that's what it is. And I want to explain, I really want to focus more on this slide a little bit, because I want to talk about why it's so important. So I'm going to pretend this is a picture of me. So this is me and my business center. So over the years, I've added coaches down this leg and I've added coaches down this leg. So for me, I want to kind of talk a little bit more too is about, you might hear the terms strong leg and weak leg. And so basically what that means is, for me right now, if I was looking at my genealogy, this right here is going to be my strong leg. So that means that when I log into my online office, I'm going to see coaches down this line that are coaches that I didn't put there, that I don't personally sponsor. And on this side, I'm going to see coaches that are only coaches that I've put under there, and that's called your weak leg. So let's say, Emily, this is you down here. So you signed up under me. You're a couple levels down, and what you're going to see when you go into your account is that you have coaches already under you under your right side. So that's your strong leg. And so it's really cool because that's why we talk about how much of, when it gets into the coaching world, how much of this business, half of this business is a team effort. So everything that, all the volume that all of these coaches are ordering themselves and their coaches and customers under them are ordering is going to roll back up to you and then continue back up to me. So that's going to always be a leg that's strong. Now, this side for me, and Emily, this side for you, is going to be your weak leg. And so I just wanted to, this is kind of getting a little bit away about Emerald, but I wanted to make sure everyone was like crystal clear on these terms because I think it can be super confusing, especially if you're brand new. So Emily, this is going to be your weak leg. This is my weak leg. And so all of the coaches under there are solely going to come from your efforts. So that's going to really you're going to put a lot of effort in that leg because no one's going to help you add coaches there. So all of these coaches on this leg have been brought in by me, and all of these coaches on your leg, on this weak leg, have been brought in by you. So Emily, this is you, you're new. You've added your first coach over here, and I told you, you know what, you should sign up a Control Business Center. And you're like, I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to listen to my coach because they've never led me astray yet. And the reason that's really great is because this person on your weak leg over here, we encourage you to make one of those first two coaches a Control Business Center. And, you know, it could be, for a lot of people, it could be a spouse. I signed up my husband. I had no idea why at the time. 2 years later, I can tell you why. But it could also be, it could be a cousin. It could be a friend that you completely trust. Essentially, it needs to be someone, if it's not perhaps a spouse or a family member, it should be a good friend or someone that essentially will allow you to use your, or for you to log into their account. So that means that you would have full control to access their account if you need to sign people up in that account, and consequently, when you make money in that account, they would then be paying you, or if it's a spouse or a family member, there's a joint account where that money would come to you. Because your account, this Control Business Center, will ultimately make money for you. And you will not see necessarily in the beginning this account make money for you, but what's really cool about it is as you start to add coaches on this side, I'm helping you and the team's helping you add coaches on this side, all this volume will roll up to you right here, and it's also going to roll up to your Control Business Center. So if, let's just say, you didn't sign up someone who was really close to you in the very beginning, you would then start to add coaches, and let's say, okay, you finally decided to add them a couple ranks down or a couple levels down, they will miss out on all this volume here. So it's really important, and that's why we encourage coaches to have that, sign up someone that they have a relationship with or someone they trust as that Control Business Center on this weak leg right here, because ultimately it's going to allow you to make income on that account and then also make income on my account or on your account. So for example, my husband every Thursday, which is our favorite day of the week, his account will make money, and I'll on the next slide, I'll tell you how that happens. And then I will also make money. So we kind of double dip, which is a really neat concept. And also one thing to note, if you have your mom who wants to sign up and you have your husband or your sister who wants to sign up, those could also be your first two coaches. So that would make you Emerald. That would get you then all of the perks coming up. And if you guys have questions, feel free to unmute and ask away. I want this to be interactive too, so feel free to stop me if you have questions. So hopefully that makes sense about what the Control Business Center is. You'll hear it called your CBC. It will be called the person on top of your weak leg. You'll hear some terminology, but that's what that means. So why hit Emerald? So Emerald's really fun because you get some shout outs, you get more credibility. I think it's an instant confidence booster because you're a shiny new Emerald. You get a cool certificate in the mail, and it just shows that you're moving your business forward. It's a stepping stone into your business, and it means you're building your team. Probably my favorite thing about Emerald, and this is why we want to hit Emerald and maintain it, is you start team cycling. So for those of you who are Emerald, or those of you who are familiar with team cycling, and even if you're not, what that means is, go back up so I can show you. Team cycling means, for me right here, every week, Eric, my husband right here, he's going to goes down either of his legs, and every week, it's almost like having a bank account. So all the volume is the dollars in your bank. So we're gonna equate that to, it's $5,000 in your bank on one side, and you've got maybe, 500 on the other side. And every week, once you hit Emerald, you start to do this thing called team cycling. I call it a magical cycle. I call it's another term for it is residual income because it's free money. So basically, because of your team's efforts on one side and because of your efforts on the other side, every time one leg hits 200 points or 200 volume points and one leg hits 100 volume points, you cycle. So when you're Emerald, you get, $14 a cycle. And when you hit Diamond, you get $18 a cycle. And while that may not seem like a lot, as you start to generate more volume and your team starts to generate more volume down these legs, and then the other leg starts to generate volume, that can really add up. So maybe in the beginning you cycle once or twice, but then your Control Business Center also cycles once or twice. So right there, that could be $28, that could be $70-some, that could be up to people on our upline who cycle hundreds of times. So just to give you perspective. So that's why we encourage you to sign someone up in that Control Business Center, because they are going to be your gateway to even more earning potential. It's not mandatory. It's just an opportunity for you to get or have more earning potential. So that's why we love team cycling. And with team cycling, you want to make sure that you maintain it, because if you drop Emerald or if you lose a coach, that's why we want to keep adding coaches to your legs, you lose your volume. So you just, maintaining it means that you are just hitting your coach requirement of 50 personal volume points. Likely you're hitting Success Club, which I don't want to go too much into Success Club on this call, but if you're hitting Success Club, you do have to have at least one order of home direct, equaling 90 personal volume points. Otherwise, your two coaches below you can just have that 50 personal volume points. So you're maintaining that gets you team cycling. And then the other thing too is you start to get free customer leads. The only requirement is you're hitting Success Club, which means you're helping 3 people a month get started with a challenge pack or a nutrition program. And you would qualify to get free customer leads. So that's a really neat concept too, because even though someone can go to Instagram or Facebook and find a bajillion coaches out there, there are many people who sign up for a Beachbody account and they don't have a coach. And so they buy a challenge pack or whatever some type of product, or maybe they just buy Beachbody on demand and they don't have a coach. So Beachbody then looks at all Emeralds or higher, those that have hit Success Club, and they divvy out those leads. So you will then go into you will just randomly log into your coach office. We encourage you to log into your coach office frequently, because you might find these amazing unicorn leads, as I like to call them. And what's neat about that is then you've got basically free people that you can then connect with, and maybe they have no idea what to do with a nutrition program. And maybe they just signed up because they've heard about Beachbody. That way you can then establish a relationship, hopefully get them interested in maybe home direct, maybe they're potential coaches. They get plugged into your challenge group, and then right then and there you have another customer that you didn't have to work quite as hard for. And so those are really the key reasons that we think we encourage you to hit Emerald and hit Emerald fast because one, you capitalize on your income earning potential, and then two, you get those free customer leads. And then obviously three, it shows just that you're focused on building your business, and it's, a really exciting milestone to hit. Let me stop. Any questions? Okay. So I want to do a little exercise. I want you all to write down 3 options as a controlled business center. And if you're someone who doesn't have a significant other, it does not have someone that you can think of right away, I encourage you to get creative, because similar to inviting someone to a challenge group, I like to think it as like, okay, Taylor Swift's coming to town. I throw a post up on Facebook. I don't even like Taylor Swift. I don't know why I said that one. But point of it is, I'm like, who's coming to this concert with me? It's going to be epic, and someone's going to then pay like $200 for a seat, and they're going to go for a one-night experience. You're offering a lifestyle. You're offering a lifetime of like healthy living that's going to change their life. But similar to that, that's why I encourage you not to shy away from the coaching opportunity, but more than that, who could be your controlled business center? Because with the controlled business center, it sounds very official, but essentially it could just be someone, maybe it's your mom, it's your stepmother, it's your third cousin, it could be anyone. And it could be anyone who just wants a discount because they like the products or they're interested in the products. So write down 3 people, more if you can think of them, and talk to them. Something else too, when I first started, I remember I was super shy about talking to some of my best friends. I think I'm still shy to this day. I've slowly started to get over it. But, if I opened up a coffee shop in town, I would probably bet all my friends would come to it. And this is no different. You're opening up an online business. It's a network marketing business, yes, but it's a business that changes lives, has changed your life. And I think that sometimes we don't give it enough credit. So I'd encourage you to not shy away from asking someone to essentially help you. And who knows how many lives could be changed from you just asking that one person. And then again, they could just be a discount coach too, but you never know. Never write off anyone. And then I want you to invite, and I kind of just talked about this, make a list of 15 people you love that you want to join you. So again, this is going to be what we call more of our warm markets. So these are people that maybe you know, friend of a friend, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your sister. But make a list of people that you love and explain to them what you're doing. Don't shy away from it, because again, I think sometimes network marketing can get a bad reputation. But again, I want you to remember and maybe be focused on sharing how much this opportunity has already changed your life, whether you've just been a challenger, or maybe you're just a challenger here who's a discount coach who's interested in taking coaching to the next level as a hobby coach or a business builder coach. But I would then, make that list of 15 people you want to join you. And then I want you to right now write your Emerald goal date. So if you already are an Emerald, I want you to then go to your coaches and encourage them to write their Emerald goal date. Because Emerald is just, I like to think of it as a decision you make. If you do steps 1 and 2, you're going to find coaches in there. You're going to find at least 2 people who are either A, ready to get a discount, or B, curious about coaching, maybe not sure if they want to do it, but they might as well get a discount while they're thinking about it. And so I think that will help you get to Emerald. And sometimes we hear there's some calls that's called Emerald in 24 hours, because every single person who's not an Emerald on this call could be an Emerald in the morning. It's just a matter of, what time your bedtime is. Maybe it's tomorrow night. But I think that it's definitely just something that you can do right away. And again, remember all of these awesome perks, because this one right here is amazing. So I think if you all are all in the Team Liberate page, or if you're on another team page, you might see your coach saying it's free money Thursday. So on Thursdays, again, that's what team cycling means. So once you hit Emerald, you qualify for those cycles, and that brings in more income and a lot more opportunities. So that's all I had. Any questions? I figured this would be a little faster because this call is, well, I kind of talk fast, but this call is pretty cut dry. I think that it's something that we maybe overcomplicate, but we can do it.
I had a question though. So when you sign up your controlled business center, so like say Todd's my spouse, he's mine. So to rank up, how they have, you sign up challengers under them. How does that work? Like where they're not getting like their links like from you specifically. Now it's coming from your control.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Myself again. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. No, that's a good question. So what I think I'm going to answer it right. Tell me if I'm wrong. But so what I do is so one of my coaches. So for my husband, I had a coach that was actually a customer under me, and they decided they wanted to get a discount. So I actually had her do a coach transfer to my husband because she was just going to be a discount coach. I wanted her on. I had enough coaches in my account at the time, so I wanted to build him to Emerald. So I actually had her do a coach switch form, and she went to under him, but I said, it's going to say Eric Connor is your coach, but that's really me. And then if you have, so anytime you're sending like a share cart, or if it's, someone you're signing up under their account, because in the beginning, you don't have to be focused on essentially building out their account. But once you have enough coaches in your account and you want to at least get them to Emerald, potentially the next step would be Diamond. You would just tell whoever you're working with that it's going to say Eric Connor or Todd, but that's you. And now actually they can, you can go into ShareCart in the email that you send and actually modify the text. So I typically put like Kelsey in parentheses, but I also tell them that. And then like last month, for example, I used some of his coupon codes to sign some people up, and I just let them know, you're signing up under Eric, but it's actually me. And then just clarify. And then if it's your mom or your best friend, just say that's who it is.
Okay, that answers it. Have you ever gotten like anyone where like they're just like weirded out by it? Like they just kind of like, I don't know the right answer. Like I guess I would be like, oh, okay. Like I guess it would just be weird. I'm thinking in my head.
No, I got this from Brooke. I said the first time I did it, I think I actually had a current customer do a coach transfer form to my husband, and I said, or even if I've had a couple where I've just signed them up initially under him, I let them know that, hey, I'm working on I don't know how I said it. I've got the text somewhere, but I'm building out my business, and I run my husband's account. And for me, from a coaching standpoint, I'd love to add you to this side of my business. It's still me. Your support doesn't change at all. It's just going to show in your account that he's your direct coach, but the email address, I have it all. Actually, he has a fake email address. It actually comes to me. So everything, would still be my support. And that's the thing I would know, if you are using like a friend, perhaps encourage, making a new email address that you would actually have access to. So that way it's not like a lot of back and forth between you and a friend. Or if it's a cousin or someone like that, do some type of way so that you can get access to communicate with that person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure, yeah. So as you start to build out Todd's account, is Todd?
Yeah.
You would just make sure that you're logging into his coach office as well. I forget that sometimes. To make sure that if you have coach, like for example, if he's an Emerald or if he goes to Emerald, you're making sure they're staying active. I had my husband drop last week a rank because I didn't know that a coach hadn't reordered something. So yeah, just know that you've got to check both accounts. And I think now, I know it's on the mobile, you can tie your accounts together. You can tie logins, so it's easier to switch back and forth. But yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, well, I will put this in our group, and I'll give you 30 minutes back. I think I'm going to go to bed early tonight, so let me stop it.